And could you imagine talking about someone's whole life just saying they were a good person? You don't want to be remembered as someone who was just kind of a good person. You don't want to be remembered as someone who was a great father, who was an amazing spouse, who devoted their life to help others, who went out there and made an impact in their community, who raised amazing kids. All right, let's go. If you are tired of not feeling fit, tired of just not having a focus, tired of just not having the financial resources to go out there and live the life that you deserve, this is the Live 100 podcast, the place you come to live the tactics, learn the skills, take the actions that make you live the life that you deserve. Today, I want to talk about just time within itself. You remember when you were a kid, you would do things and it would feel like hours, right? You'd be out there, like playing in the woods or swimming in a pool or just sitting in class, and it would feel like time just never actually moved. And if you look back at that time, it could have been like a half hour or an hour, right? But today we constantly feel the pressure of time. There's never enough time in a day. There's never enough moments. The time is just fleeting away. And as we look at life, when we look at what we are doing each day, are we using our time effectively to live the life and get the results we want? Most of the time, I find myself is that, in points where I feel like I'm really inspired about what I'm doing, it's time's not even a factor. I'm just doing, right? I'm involved. I'm not worried about the time. I'm not worried about the moments, right? I'm there committed to the journey, whether it's work, whether it's fitness, whether it's family, right? It's just me in the moment. And then there's other times when you're out there and you're doing something, it's mindless, right? And, you could be scrolling, you could be watching something that's just not something of value, right? And it's just time is just kind of just passing by. And when you're in a job, right, when you're doing work and you're doing work that's just not fulfilling, it's not something that you enjoy, it's not something that you like, it's not something that you want to do, right? It feels like the day is just dragging on. So ask yourself today, right, with this long life that in the series of the world is very, very short, are you living the moments moment to moment that you should be to get the joy out of the life that you want to look back at and be happy about, be proud about? Or are you taking these moments and you're just moving with the moments as they go without really understanding what you're doing in the moment? I mean, for sure, there's great time to go out there and just be, right? To take in the sun, to take in, the clouds, to take in the time with the family, right? That's not the moments I'm talking about. Those are the moments that we're taking in the world as it is, this greatness that we have around us. I'm talking about these moments where you're just spending it mindlessly doing something. You're playing games in your phone, you're scrolling through social media, you're doing things that are just not truly high calling. And then you wonder within what you have, why am I not getting the results I want? Why am I out of shape? Why don't I have money in the bank? Why am I constantly stressed out about my finances? Why am I constantly at will with my significant other? Or why am I constantly yelling at my kids? It's because we're not choosing to use the time we have to live the life that we can and will and should live. Think back about this. Think about how you commit to anything, about commitment to your faith. Think about it. Are you just showing up at church just to, check the box? Oh, I went to church this week, right? Oh, are you there committed? Are you listening to the message? Are you truly conforming to what is your purpose for being there? Are you passing along that message in your household? At your work, are you truly making an impact? Are you truly, and you can make an impact in so many times, right? You forget, like, the impact is not just the task you're doing at work. You can make an impact on others by just being a good person, being a kind person, right? I was listening to something the other day about someone giving a eulogy, and he would be asked to do a eulogy for people that really didn't have no family, and he would go to talk to some other people around them. And within the questions of this, he would ask, what is something that they did that was inspiring? What was something good that stood out? And people didn't have much to say, right? Oh, they were a good person. They were just, they were just a good person. Like, that's what was the feedback. And could you imagine talking about someone's whole life just saying they were a good person, but in fact, is that just kind words? You don't want to be remembered as someone who is just, kind of a good person. You don't want to be remembered as someone who was a great father, who was an amazing spouse, who devoted their life to help others, who went out there and made an impact in their community, who raised amazing kids, who was a fantastic grandparent, who stayed committed to their fitness journey throughout their life into their late years, who did and had an impact in their business, in their job, in their role in life. Like, you think about that. Like, think about you right now. What I'm saying here, if you look back at the journey, right? If we stopped right now, what would people say to you at your funeral? What did they say about you? Would it be this part? Oh, they were kind of a good person. Or was it that you were committed to being a great person by solely going out there and helping others achieve greatness in their life? You made an impact, whether it would be, in your kid's school, at your workplace, within your church, within your community, within your, recreation, flag football leagues, whatever's the task. You were out there that you had an impact on others, and they remembered you because you set a message within them that helped carry them forward to a better life and helped them provide a better message for somebody else. It's not this monument that we're going to have left behind about us. It's how we have impacted others, how we have made others felt in a positive way, how we made others feel in a positive way that have helped empower them forward. That's the message that you will leave on others. We don't have a lot of time yet. We have all the time if we use the time accordingly. But there's plenty of time in the day for you to get up, for you to work out, for you to spend time committed to your faith, for you to spend time committed to being present with your family, to go and make an impact at work, to get back to your day, to spend time committed to end the day with your family, to get good sleep and repeat tomorrow. That's within all of us if we use our time accordingly. But if you go in there and you spend 5 hours, scrolling on Facebook or out there, smashing people on Twitter, right? Well, then something gets dropped off. And then you don't have the time for family, or then you miss out on your workout, or then that thing that you were supposed to do that's going to help ramp up your business, going to help create generational wealth for you. Well, that just never gets started because you're doing something that truly takes away from the life that you deserve to live. So ask yourself today, are you living that life? Are you living the moments? Are you living a long life used purposely? Or are you living a short life wasted mindlessly? All right, that's what I have for you today. Go down there, leave us an honest ratings review. If this podcast was impactful, if this podcast could help others, make sure you share this out. That's how this podcast has continued to grow, is for you to go out there and help us share this message to others. And if you want to see where you are on the journey of your Live 100, go to jasonyarusi.com. Go down there, there's a free assessment, no strings attached. You can take that assessment today. You can live out the message to see where you're starting upon your journey. So you can go out there and take action today to get the life that you deserve. All right, let's do this.